and it's not even game day. Way to show up. All right.
Live.
So here's what we know. Series tied 1 game apiece, right? Everything goes down at Oracle. That would be tomorrow. Steve Kerr has said KD will not play. So, Max, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Do the Warriors have the right mentality to win the championship without Kevin Durant?
Let me tell you what, the answer is no, and let me tell you what the problem is. You all done. Kawhi Leonard is on the other team. And Kawhi got ice water in his veins. Now, so does Draymond, so does Iguodala. But it's different when your best player isn't that guy. Now, let me talk about Steph Curry, who I love to watch just like everyone else, who I was ready to anoint the best player on earth in 2016 when he won the MVP and you guys won 73 games. I was ready to do it. Listen, I was there. I was courtside. Stephen A. and I saw each other there. Game 7 against the Cavaliers, 73-win team. Greatest team ever in the history of American team sports if they win this one game at home. At home, everybody. Steph Curry, what happened? The conductor of the greatest half-court orchestra in the history of basketball, they didn't score a single point. Not 1 point. I saw it again the other night. Game 2, you guys are about to lose. You went on an 18-0 run. We're about to lose game 2 because Kawhi was willing them back. Steph turned the ball over. He tried to. Lucky it wound up in Iguodala's hands, who iced the shot, or you might have lost that game too. Now, this is what I'm saying. Steph has been in a lot of finals now, has yet to win a finals MVP. Why is that? I understand he gets a lot of defensive attention. So did Michael Jordan. So do all the greats. And that's how much I think of Steph under normal circumstances. He's that great. He's an unstoppable offensive player. And by the way, unlike a lot of guys, he's not a great defender, but it's not because he doesn't play defense. Steph's just not built like a defender. He plays defense. I love everything about Steph. But let's be honest. He has not shown up when the team needed him. I'm not talking about when he's so crew deep it doesn't matter. That's the mentality of a front runner. When we got numbers, come and get it, right? What about when it's even? Or what about when you need to get put over the top? He has not yet done that in the finals. Kawhi is that type dude.
Well, you can say that. You can say that. I can point to the fact that in game 1, they were down 11. They were down 9. They were down 7. And Golden State kept nipping and tucking away at it, and then almost scored and won the game, almost pulled it within a tie, rather. I could talk about game 2 when they were down by 7 and then by 4, at the half before going on an 18-0 run to take over. You can talk about a lack of mentality all you want to. I can talk about 3 championships in 4 years, 4 straight trips to the NBA Finals. And guess what? We can sit up there and we can look at it. You can look at it from the perspective, all right, when you're behind the 8 ball, what are you going to do? Do you have the intestinal fortitude, the wherewithal to scratch and claw your way at it? I prefer to look at it a different way. What if I'm a killer that never lets you get to that point where I got to scratch and claw about anything because I take you out? Last time I checked, the Golden State Warriors have shown an ability and a propensity to pull that off. When they went up 18, you know what I thought about? I said, Toronto's going to come back in this game. They're going to threaten. They're going to come back, no doubt. But you know what's going to happen?
Steph's going to have it over?
No, they're going to have to stop them from scoring. They're going to have to stop them from getting to the free throw line where Golden State's going to make some free throws now. And I said, so the key to Golden State is to making sure you bury them early and making sure they have to scratch and claw. And in 5 years, we haven't seen anybody that's capable of doing that.
Let's talk about that for a second. I'm not doubting Steph is a great player, one of the greatest we've ever seen offensively, no question. And he plays the game the right way, which is why everyone wants to come and play here. That's really why people want to play with Steph. Love me some Steph Curry. But that doesn't stop me from telling you what I see. I don't care if it's popular or not. The fact of the matter is, how's this sound? You go to 5 straight finals, could you get you're the best player on the team, or the engine of the team before KD gets there, could you get a single MVP? Could you imagine Magic Johnson with no finals MVPs? Could you imagine Michael Jordan with no finals MVPs? LeBron James with no finals MVPs? 5 finals, can you get one?
Let me interject, because Max has a glaring hole in his argument. First things first, their very first championship they won, They all were learning how to win. Iguodala, a benefactor from Clay and Steph being keyed on, was left wide open. He buried open shots. He won the MVP.
And guarded LeBron.
Time out. Who won the other 2 MVPs for their championship? It would happen to be a guy that I call the greatest player in the world, that you concede as a top 3, top 4 player in the world.
When they lost?
Let me tell you something right now. Well, they lost to LeBron. So you're saying this. Listen to this. You said LeBron is the best in the world. We recognize that KD is the best on this team and one of the best in the world. It's not like it's not like Steph Curry didn't win an MVP because Iguodala won 3 championships. Kevin Durant arrived on the scene and said, LeBron, I got a crew now. It's me and you.
Let's go. Now. He had a crew. He had an unfair advantage at that point.
Excuse me. He averaged 35 and 8 against LeBron.
They had to stay home on the shooters.
Okay.
Look. I hear a whole bunch of excuses for you. I hear a whole bunch of excuses. He's learning to win. Then they lost. Then KD came.
Is KD a career 27-point per game scorer? Yes or no?
Sure.
So what I'm saying to you is this. What he has done in Golden State as an offensive juggernaut, we have seen him do throughout his career.
Let's start.
He didn't get new when he arrived in Golden State.
I'm going to take your argument because you don't just have one glaring weakness in this argument. Let's start with the first finals. LeBron was the MVP, even though Cleveland lost by far.
You lost.
LeBron, hold on.
Not an MVP.
LeBron's second best. LeBron's second best player. LeBron's second best player was Matthew freaking Dellavedova, and they went 6 games because LeBron was twice as good as anyone on the floor. That's one. So they weren't going to give it to LeBron because they lost, right? They couldn't even give it to Steph out of sympathy. They had to give it to Iguodala because it was so obvious Steph wasn't the MVP. That's one. Second finals, they lost, and they gave it to LeBron because Cleveland won. If they would have won, Draymond was going to get it. That's 2. You still got excuses. KD gets there. He gets 2 in a row. Excuses.
Draymond had 32-15 in Game 7.
So once again, what I'm saying is...
Because they left him open because Steph and Clay were keyed on.
By the way, you think MJ and Kobe and Shaq and these dudes weren't keyed on?
Excuse me.
They got MVPs. Magic wasn't keyed on.
Why? Because those other guys weren't doing what Draymond and Iguodala did.
No. Worthy wasn't doing it because Worthy also got an MVP. I'm not arguing that someone else can't sometimes get it. I'm saying Steph, as you said, don't get swept. Can you get 1? Because if it was awarded right now, Draymond would get it again.
Did Steph ever get swept?
That's not my point. My point is, can you get 1? You got to get an MVP in the finals if you're in 5 straight finals.
Facilitated others getting it, and he's got 3 rings.
I see.
All right.
I see.
More debate to come right here on First Take from Oakland. It's the NBA Finals primetime special. Warriors legend Tim Hardaway will join the show to see where he